Quentin, talk to me. And I'm being honest here, they terrify me, electric cars. They now reverse themselves. Do you not understand people's fears?
I do understand people's fears, but look, you've got to see this in perspective. I mean, there have been 3 very well publicized brake failures, 2 with Jaguars, 1 with an MG. Now, there are 1 million EVs out on our roads at the moment, Jeremy, so this is really, really very, very tiny. There's an issue, I think, with Jaguar on the iPace with the lead-acid battery, not the big battery, where it gets down to a certain voltage and then the brakes have an issue. But, you know, look, there are loads and loads of people, 1 million plus, who are driving around happily every day in perfect safety in electric cars. So we shouldn't get kind of overly spooked by this. I understand people are suspicious of this new technology, but it is working because you see them out there on the roads, you know, driving perfectly happily.
And just to read out a statement here from Jaguar Land Rover spokesman said, "We're taking these recent claims by Mr Phillips very seriously and we're looking into his complaint. In addition, we are concerned to hear that Mr Phillips may not have received the high levels of care to which we hold ourselves accountable. Our client experience, as well as the safety of our clients and vehicles, is JLR's highest priority." It doesn't stop people from being concerned, though, does it, Quentin? And this isn't just about electric vehicles in terms of, you know, the green agenda, net zero, etc. It's about the logistics of how you operate a vehicle is so dependent on a computer, far more so than mechanics.
Yeah, look, I mean, you know, cars are getting more complicated. There are lots and lots of software issues on modern cars that need to be sorted. And it's a kind of transition of technology. But don't forget, 2014, Toyota had this huge recall with their car's front-end acceleration, and it was due to foot mats. So, you know, my advice to people, if they're in that situation, is try and put the car in neutral so it doesn't run away. And also, if you've got an iPace, get that battery checked with your Jaguar dealer as soon as you can.
Do you just for people watching this, and you've always, you know, talked and maintained the importance of moving ahead, and I get all of that. My brother-in-law was talking to me at the weekend. He just got an electric vehicle. He says, it's all well and good, but you have to charge it for about 6 hours to get 150 miles out of it. That's an issue as well, isn't it, for people?
Well, 80% of people charge their cars at night, as I do. So you plug it in when you go to bed and you wake up and it's got a full battery. You know, a very small proportion of people charge them at public charging points. And look, it's getting better and the charging speeds are, you know, increasing. There's one car out there that does 0 to 80% in 15 minutes. So that's all, you know, we're at nascent technology, Jeremy. This is only just beginning. We've only had 10 years of electric cars. The combustion cars have been around for, what, 120 years. So it will get better.
Quentin, I've got to jump in. Phillips is back. Are you back now? Good Lord.
I'm back, yeah. Sorry, I keep getting cut off.
I wouldn't give you a damn car, mate. You can't even work a Zoom camera. Just finish your story. You've only got a couple of minutes. Come on.
We got to the point where there were 2 cars in front of you at the traffic lights.
Yes, yeah, that's right. So they were stopped at the time, and I was approaching. I broke down from 30 to 20, and then all of a sudden my brakes just failed, stopped. But it was like the...
Honestly, I swear to God...
Someone's having a
He is living proof that you... Honestly, Quentin, you're... Mate, he's not doing... Anyway, listen, that's just the way it is. I know what's happened. He hasn't paid the bill again. Your message would be to people, do not be frightened, do not be alarmed. It is the way forward. But you would implore people to find out as much as they can, right?
Research, talk to people who own an electric car and who have driven an electric car for a long period of time. They will give you the unvarnished truth, both good and bad.
We love having you on, Quentin Willson. Thank you. And Craig Phillips, that was extraordinary. At every moment, he was trying to tell the story about how his electric car was about to, well, hit 2 cars in front. This is what happened. Which I think probably happened when his... Well, he's obviously all right.
Well, I think we will make sure that somebody checks in on Craig Phillips to make sure that he's all right.
You're so good at that stuff. And listen, on a serious note about electric cars, I think Quentin's right. Do your research. I think Nick's right. It's not about the green agenda.
And there are going to be teething problems.
There are a lot of people... I just get terrified when I heard one day that it reverses itself. I want to be in charge. But listen, anyway, I still think cyclists should pay road tax. That's just my thought. Thank you.
You always love to get that in every show, I think. Right, we'll get to about 9:30.
Thank you for watching. We're off to take a still of ourselves and Photoshop it and put it on Instagram and pretend that we are, in fact, not